Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to scrape a website for some information such as a Python or a developer position, the name of the company, and a salary for that position. So this is what we're going to make with BeautifulSoup. I'm going to scrape indeed.nl, so for the Netherlands, and I'm going to look for jobs, for developer jobs in Amsterdam, and this is the information that I got. So position, full stack developer, the name of the company, job work, and the salary, 65 to 85,000 euros per year. Well, that's in Dutch, per year. Position, the next one, front-end developer, the name of the company, and the salary. Next one, position, developer, Python, Azure, financial, company name, ISIN, salary per month. Position, so when it goes and finds a position without a salary, it says position, Django developer, company name, making media, and salary not mentioned. So this is, oh, this is a nice salary, huh? Yeah, okay. So this is what we are going to make today to scrape Indeed.nl for developer positions in the Netherlands. Okay, so I'm on this webpage on Indeed.nl, well, nl.indeed.com, and this is my query, Python developer, where in Amsterdam, and then I'm going to scrape this webpage for information about the position, like an algorithm developer, the name of the company, such as optics, and then if there is salary mentioned somewhere, I want to also grab that information. So you can see we don't have any salary mentioned for these positions, and here we have some, here we also have some. So this is what we are going to scrape. Now the first step in scraping a website, well, before getting to coding, is to know the HTML structure of a web page. So this web page is basically HTML with some styling in CSS and some JavaScript. Now in order to see all the code, the HTML code, you just click right somewhere and you can either see the source code, which is here. So this is the HTML document type declaration, the language, this is the head, this is the JavaScript part here, then you go down below until the CSS files here and all that stuff, and then you see this is all JavaScript. Let's go until we get to, yeah, here HTML starts actually. Yeah, so this is the HTML like for tables and for divs and that sort of stuff. So this is the page that we are going to get, we're going to grab, and then we're going to look for positions, for company name, and for salaries. Now another way to look for this information is that, so this is basically a card with some information in it, right? Like title, like the name of the company, and for some there is also salary, and it repeats, this kind of structure repeats. So we need to go to one of these structures, click right and inspect, and now here we can get access to this part. So what is the name of this wrapper, this container? What is the name of it? So if I just go over them, I can see, you see, so I got it, now it's highlighted. So when I go over it, so this is the place that I should look for this information inside it. Now this is a div, and this is the class of the div. So it has several classes, row, result, click card, and this one, and this. So I think this is the class which is specific to this job kind of card. Now let's go back to our code editor and let's see how we can grab this. So before doing anything, we need to install BeautifulSoup first. So you simply go pip install and BeautifulSoup 4, press enter, and then there should be a space here. And now because I've already installed it, so it says requirements satisfied. So after you've installed BeautifulSoup, you also need to pip install again requests, because we are going to send requests to that URL. And okay, so yeah, I just had a typo here. Install, not install. So install requests, and I've already installed it, so there's the message. Now that we've installed them, we should go and import them up there. So import requests, and also import BS4 from BS4 import. So from BS4 oh my god, I can't spell things. What happened to request? I just deleted that. Okay, so go again. Import requests, good, and then from BS4, for God's sake, import BeautifulSoup. Okay, now that we have these two, we need to grab the URL of the page we are going to scrape. So this is the URL of the page, so let's grab it. Let's go back and put it in a variable. Let's call it URL, double quotes, and let's paste it in. So we have the URL we're going to scrape inside this variable. The next thing we do is to grab the page content and also put it inside a soup object. So we need to have another variable, and we need to now send a request to this URL and get some response. So page equals requests dot get, and you saw that for auto completion there was a URL inside it. So here I need to put a URL, which I just have here. So URL. Now I have requested this page. Now let's see what the code status is. Let's see if we have made a successful request and got a response or not. So if we print out the page, we should get some number, either 200, 300, 400, something. Let's print this out and let's check. So we get a response 200. So that's good news. 200 means that it has been a successful response. Now, in order to check these numbers, we can go back, and here, right under network, we have all these status codes. So it's an OK. See, 200 OK. So this means this is a successful kind of request and response. Okay. So now we've been successful at establishing this connection. Now we need to, so we have the page now, we need to make a soup object out of the class. So we instantiate this object soup. You can, well, call it whatever. And then we say BeautifulSoup. What do we want with that BeautifulSoup? So we need to find something here. We need to find something, and that something is BeautifulSoup. Gets two arguments. One is actually can be the contents of the page. So say page.content, yeah. And content comes with actually BeautifulSoup. So it means that the page that we just requested, we need contents of it. That is whatever is inside that page, the JavaScript, the CSS, the HTML, whatever. So we get that content, and another parameter is HTML parser, because we are asking BeautifulSoup to parse this this page using HTML parser now. Okay, now we have this object soup with all this information that is been parsed according to HTML tags and attributes and stuff, and all the content is there. So if I print out the soup, you would see all the contents of that page that you just saw here. All this is what we will get now, but we are not interested in all that stuff. So what we're interested in is to go to our page like this one and grab this card, and inside the card we want to grab the title. What is the title? let's go for the title. Title, you see, algorithm developer. So we are interested in actually this. Oh, these bikers. Yeah. Okay, so we need to, oh, for God's sake, annoying bikers. Okay. So I just forgot what I was trying to say. Yeah, so it's inside this title, inside this div, we are looking for an A tag, and inside that A tag, we actually have algorithm developer. There is a position, the job title. You see? So we have it here. Now we want to target this one. So first we need to target this. Where was that? Yeah, we need to target this class first, which is all of it, and then we say inside this look for an A tag here. Let's just do it. Okay, so let's save these results, well, in a results variable, and say that soup, we want to find every div. Remember, that was a div. So remember this thing here, this thing, all of it, this is a div with this class. So we want to grab all of it, and then we say inside this look for something else, look for the position, look for the company and stuff. So, and this is the class that I want to actually copy. Yeah. Okay, so we say that soup.find all, so find all the divs and which have the class, and class, remember, should be, there should be an underscore after class, because this is class itself is a Python keyword, so we need to make a distinction here. So class underscore equals, and what was the name of the class? Job search SERP job card. So inside all the divs on this page, on soup on this page, look for the divs which have this class. Okay, now that we have this, now that we have all of these cards, so we have this, all of them have the same class name, and all of them have divs. So we have all these. Now we are going to loop through each one by one. So we say these are all results. So this is one result, this is another result. So we say for result, in results, find the position, find the company, find the salary. Now this is how we do that. So for result in results, now for every result that there is in this kind of div and class, we want to find a title, we want to find the position, sorry, the company, the name of the company, and we want to find also salary. Now how can we find the title inside this div? So let's see if we can find it. Now first of all, I want to print out results so that we have it down here, it's easier. So print results, and yeah, let's comment this out. Okay, now we have all those cards here inside a list. Now there is one div, for example, it starts here, then it goes all the way and finishes somewhere. Let's say finishes, I don't know, maybe here, and then the second card starts, and then the third card starts. So we're going one by one through each. So the first one, we're looking for title now. So we have this title here, and full stack developer. Nice. So full stack developer is inside an A tag here, and this A tag has a class of job title. Cool. So we can directly target this. So we can say inside A tags with job title, we want whatever is inside. So that's for title. So title is, oops, oh, let's comment. Okay, now so title is look inside result, and so this is one result. Now inside the result, find, and so find, not find all, because find all will find every instance of this tag, but we want only the first one because it's just there is only one possible combination, that there is a position. So result.find, and then find what? A tag. And what is the class? So the class is job title. Job title, is it like that? Oops. Yeah, job title. Okay, so now we have access to title. Let's go and find, same for company. What is, oh, company here, cool, easy. So it's a span tag with the class company, and this is the name of it. So span company, it's not an A tag anymore, it's a span tag, and the class is company. Let's copy and paste again. Result.find, now salary here. Awesome. So what is it? It's inside a span tag again with salary text class. Okay, so it's a span tag and salary text. Okay, so now we have access to these title, company, and salary. The next thing we should do is to print them out. So we can, well, we can also print them out already here, but I think it's more neat this way. So print, let's put an F string, let's say position, and the position is going to be this variable title, right? But it's not the title itself, because remember, title is this kind of A tag. Where was it? Yeah, so this is the title, but we don't want all of it. We just want the text inside it. So we say title, title dot text. That is, we want the text inside this tag, not all of the HTML tag. So, and yes, and then let's print again something else. So let's print company. So this is a company name, and then we have company again, that text, that is the text inside, and the last one, salary, the text, and here is also salary. But remember, not all these positions have mentioned the salary. Some of them have not mentioned anything about a salary. So if we ask to print it, then there will be an error. That's why we need to say if there is salary. So if salary, then print this. If not, there is else. Let's print something like salary not mentioned. Yeah. Okay, let's I think, okay, let's just print this out, and let's see what we get in return. Wow, look at that information. So we got all this text. Why do we, okay, let's just go again, and let's run the code, and let's see. Okay, now you're talking. It's here actually. Yeah, so here we have it. Position, full stack developer, company, jump work, salary 65,000 a year. Next position and salary, next position and salary. Very cool, but it's yeah, so close to each other. So maybe we need some space or some new lines. I think I've printed something else as well, I think. Oh yeah, I don't need to print this out here anyways. Okay, so we need at the end of this, so after salary, maybe we should have some new lines, or actually maybe 2 lines. So what we need to do is to comma end, and the end should be a break, a new line, actually 2 new lines. So yeah, so let's have 2 new lines instead of 1. So whatever the answer is, so if salary is there or if salary is not there, I need to have 2 breaks after salary anyways, and then this one. Okay, let's print this out and then check. What? There is something wrong here. Let's check out. I have no idea. There's okay, let's print. Well, I have no idea what's wrong, so let's see. Oh, okay. No, well, actually nothing was wrong. So let's go back and check. Position Python developer, company Kabisa, salary not mentioned. Position team lead backend developer, company salary. Okay, you see we have all this cool information and we have just scraped indeed.nl. Well, yeah, not all of it, but yeah, so this is basics of web scraping. I hope you did not expect for me to go through all documentation, but only we touched some basic concepts in web scraping using BeautifulSoup. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Okay, so I almost forgot that I also wanted to export this kind of information onto a CSV file, by the way. So let's start from where we left off. So this was what we got, and now we are going to make a CSV file, and CSV stands for comma separated values. So we are going to make such a file which is more readable actually. So in order to do that, we need to, from CSV, import writer, because we're going to write onto a CSV file. And then right above the for loop, we need to, what do we need to do? Yeah, open with open. And we need to open a file which doesn't exist yet. So we're going to open this file. Let's just call it jobs.csv. Oh, go away, please. Jobs.csv. And then we need to kind of specify a mode for it. So writing mode. There's also R mode, which is only readable. You cannot write anything onto it, but we need to use W, which is writing mode. And then we need to specify a new line, which is going to be just empty spaces, like an empty string. And then the last one is encoding, which UTF-8. This one sometimes it's not necessary, but I've tried a couple of times, and for me this should be there, otherwise I would have an empty CSV file. So we're going to open this file as, let's give it a name here as well, just as F. And here we need to specify, now use the writer. So let's just say the writer. You can, yeah, there's something, you can just name it X or whatever, but this is going to be a writer, so I just call it the writer. And the writer is going to be responsible for writing. So it's going to be writing writer, and the file is going to be, yeah, the F, this one that we just mentioned. And now we are okay. Now let's also specify some headers. That is what is going to be like the head of the columns in our CSV or Excel sheet or that sort of kind of file. So our first column should have this title header. The second one should be the company, and the last one should be salary. Okay, yeah. And now we need to write these into rows. So like the first row of our CSV file. So we need to say the writer, which is supposed to write stuff on this F which is jobs.csv dot write row, row, there's one row, and let's call it, yeah, just header. So now our writer, which is responsible for writing on F, which is jobs.csv, is going to write a row which is title, company, salary, the first row in our table. Okay, so far so good. Now we need to do the same stuff now with these values. So let's see, now we need to take our for loop inside this file, and okay, here we don't need these prints. Yeah, we are not going to print anything on the terminal, so we should get rid of these prints. And now our title is not a text anymore, so it's just the HTML tag, all of it. We need to turn it into text here. Remember, here we had to convert them into text before, but now that we don't have these, so let's just turn them into text right here. So let's just say text and the same dot text and the same dot text. Okay, so now we have our texts that is inside these A tags. Now the only issue is that when I get access to this title, there will be also a break line at the end of the code, at the end of our line here, and we don't want that break line. So let's replace that break line, which is \n. We want to replace it with just an empty string, so we don't have that. Let's use it again here and here. Okay, so now we have these, but there's still, we have this issue with salary. Remember that some of those positions, in some of those positions, salary was not mentioned. So if we try to write it there, then we will have some errors. Now what we can do is maybe here, let's create a variable. It's called salary, and let's give it some empty an empty string, and let's change this one to salary1 now. And what I'm going to do is to say if salary1, that is if salary exists, and yeah, without a text, because okay, yeah, we're going to add this to salary then. Yeah, so if salary exists, then salary, which was the empty one, should equal this one, salary1, with the text of it, and yeah, the whole thing. So if salary1 exists inside this, then this should happen to it, and we assign it to salary. But if it doesn't exist, that is else, we should say salary equals not mentioned, something like that. So not mentioned. Okay, good. Now we have everything in place. So what we can do is to put all these variables inside a list. So let's just say job info, and the list would have title and company and salary. Okay, cool. Okay, now we need to just what we did here. So we should write it now. So the writer, now we should write a row for it, and the row should have job info, and then this will go on and on until it gets to the bottom of the page. So I think we are done. Yeah, let's just run this file and let's see what happens if we get any errors here, or if no errors here. And we also got our jobs.csv. Cool. Okay, so let's get to our jobs.csv. Hopefully it will not be empty. Oh, nice. Look at this beautiful thing. Okay, so we have title, developer, C++, Python, web developer, company, iSense, DaVinci, Macon, and salary. Yeah, this weird sign is euro sign actually. Okay, so maybe we can manage how to change it later. But salary, this salary here, this is per year, this is per month. Well, that's in Dutch, also per month, and not mentioned for these. Awesome. Yeah, so now you know how to scrape a web page, well, not a very complex one, and turn that kind of information into a CSV file like this. Thank you for watching and listening.